You are tuned in with LFOD 91.5. Make sure you turn it high.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
This is the state of New England hip-hop.
Shout out to LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, live free or die radio, bang.
Tune in to LFOD Radio.
We're going to do this every year and keep checking in.
LFOD Radio, live free or die.
LFOD Radio.
You rocking out with LFOD.
LFOD Radio, live free or die. It's the
Boom,
Vets.
it's the Vets.
You are now tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. Today is Tuesday, December 11th, 2018. I am your host, Uncle Sam, and this is part 2 of the State of New England Hip Hop. Last week, we did an episode with Bedlam, Dart Adams, and Tim Larew, and we talked about the industry side of what's going on in New England right now. And tonight, we're coming back to discuss the artist side. The point of this series is to bring these behind-the-scenes convos to the forefront, pull back the curtain, and let y'all know what conversations are taking place, often off the air. So we did the industry part first, but now we're going to have a little more artist-centric version. If you missed part 1, that's up now. That's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, LFODradio.com, wherever. That's up there along with the Tony White interview, Women in Hip Hop, Billy Dean Thomas, Ron Beatty, Jansport J, Suicide Squad, and about 122 others. So check those out if you haven't. If you subscribe, you'll get this one right when it drops. Otherwise, you'll get it when we share the link, which will be sometime this Thursday. And we're also on iHeartRadio now, so if you're tuned in there. Tonight, I will be joined by Latrell James. He's a multi-talented producer, rapper, singer, active member of New England hip-hop scene. He's currently nominated for multiple Boston Music Awards. His newest single, Today, is out now. M.Dot is going to be calling in. He's the possessor of a relentless DIY work ethic, constantly recording and releasing new music. He's toured Europe extensively and is a previous Boston Music Award winner. Debut album, Ego and the Enemy, is out now. And finally, Oompa will be with us. She is a nationally acclaimed, Boston-born poet, rapper, and educator, forever representing the queer, black, orphan, hood kids and them. She's also nominated for multiple BMAs and just dropped a new video documentary from her first tour, working on a new album coming out in 2019. So we'll be back with them very shortly. If you're tuned in, let us know at LFOD Radio. There's an underscore on Twitter. Hashtag State of NEHH. And we're going to get into this. We're going to kick things off with classic Latrell James. Probably dropped around the time we first spoke with him. This is On My Own. You're tuned into Live Free or Die Radio. We are back on Live Free or Die Radio. That was AJ Munson, Guilty, featuring Rusty Jux and M.Dot, one of the weekly M.Dot drops that I get. And then before that, we had Oompa with X Factor and Latrell James with On My Own. Both of them are in the building right now. What is happening?
CCCCCCCC.
What up?
Say that again.
What up? What up? What up?
What's happening? So we get to joke on M.Dot relentlessly tonight because he will be calling in. But the big news is we got Latrell
I'm here in the flesh.
Come to the studio.
What?
Hey, I've been here multiple times, just not for this occasion.
Yeah. Well, usually Tim Larew calls in, but he's in California, so.
I mean, look, man, ain't nothing but a plane ride.
I think next year we're going to try to fly him out.
Ain't nothing but a plane ride. Right?
Yeah. I'm thinking next year we do it on a stage or something, make it an event.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That'd be cool.
Make it public. So.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fights.
Put it at the Sinclair.
Nah,
It's
man.
gonna be a scrap. Somebody gonna say something they ain't supposed to say.
Nah, we cultivate compassion here.
Oh, absolutely. That's how we were all built, on love and compassion.
Sounds good.
Welcome, y'all. I'm very happy to have you here. It's dope. We talked about this off air a bit. It's awesome that you guys are all leveling up as we do this because it makes these conversations so much realer. Because each year we check in and someone has done something new, crossed a new bridge, made progress. So people tuned in can really hear, like, yeah, these guys are doing things. M.Dot says he's on the line, but M.Dot, I don't know, man. What did you call? There's no line. It's just me. 855 915-9636. Try again, man. Try again, please. Anyway, hopefully MDOT gets on. But real quick, before we get into it, could you let people know your socials? Because they're going to want to comment on this.
Cool, yeah. I am Latrell James on Twitter, Latrell James on Instagram, Latrell James everything else in the world.
And I'm Oompa Out Loud on Venmo, Oompa Out Loud on Twitter, Oompa Out Loud on everything else, and oompaoutloud.com. Yeah.
That's what's up. So definitely get at them. Hashtag State of NEHH. We're at LFOD Radio everywhere. _ on Twitter. So when we first did this, and I would definitely recommend people look back and listen to the old ones. We'll post those links when we drop this. But when we first did this, everyone described their definition of success, which I think is important when people are listening to you because that affects how you move and what your goals are and things like that. Mm-hmm. So some of your definitions might have changed. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if we could get those one more time. Latrell, what is your definition of success right now that you are striving for?
Whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
Because you are successful at achieving that happiness, right? So even if it's just 5 seconds of happiness, you achieve that. To get to that point, to actually get that, reaction, you achieve something. So just happiness.
What makes you happy right now?
Everything. Writing a lyric, finding a great bar, finding a great drum line, finding a great sample. Those little things I appreciate now way more than I did ever. Just that, the ability to do those things, I appreciate it. Simple.
So for you, success is really more a state of mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Oompa?
Yeah, I think success for me is probably... I think success for me is like always, and I know this is going to sound similar, but like keeping my joy protected and keeping my joy fed. Because I think I spent a lot of time, even this year, not having that, and then therefore not feeling successful when all the other things around me were going well. So I think that's one part, and I think in a very tangible way, success for me means I get to create what I want, feel good about it, about the fact that it happened, even if I don't feel good about it 10 years later, and building towards a life where I can take care of my family and my peoples. That's success for me, I think.
All right. Did you guys listen to last week's talk?
Slacked. I didn't do my homework, fam. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd be dead honest too.
I did not do my homework.
Not yet. I usually
plan to go
drive with it. I haven't had a long drive yet though.
I haven't watched Insecure. I haven't caught up on LFOD.
This is all truth. These are truths.
Yeah.
Truths right
I could have faked that. I could have been like, yeah, I'm good at faking homework, but I did not do
I didn't even
homework.
watch the Patriots game, so.
Me either. I heard we lost.
I haven't watched a snap all year.
See? Yo.
See, we're good then. We're okay here.
Yeah. You're not okay with listening to LFOD, though.
Well, this might make it interesting because I think, like...
Last year, you showed up for it.
Yeah.
You were here, live studio audience.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I think I just have a different relationship to the industry, maybe. And I feel like, yeah... I don't know.
Since last year?
The answers are within, so to speak.
Okay. All right. Well, we would recommend that artists tuned in do check it out because there's a lot of gems that get dropped. Dart Adams is a walking...
Oh, yeah.
He's an encyclopedia.
That guy's wild.
Yeah. He knows what's happening. Bedlam has a lot of gems from, the DJ and record moving, side of things. And then Tim has... his perspective. So there's a lot of good stuff in there we would recommend, even if it's not entirely geared around giving advice so much as just kind of watching.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff in there.
For sure.
So let's talk about last year, then we'll talk about your last one.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to get into the future. We all had goals set for last year. So the first goal is for everybody. MDOT was the only one with a Wikipedia page. I checked today.
Yeah.
Still only MDOT with a Wikipedia page. So next year, we'd like to see some Wikipedia pages.
All right.
We don't have one yet either.
I was going to say, doesn't somebody else create that? Is that how that works?
But like, everybody out here getting money don't got a Wikipedia page, bro.
Oh.
I'm just saying, if you getting it, you getting it.
Okay.
I ain't getting it, and
I'm
still
just
ain't got one.
saying.
I don't know.
I mean, some people, some greats don't have a Wikipedia.
Like who?
I mean, just like, dude,
Michael Jackson.
They
No, he got a Wikipedia.
Nah, there's people getting money that ain't got a Wikipedia. I'm just saying.
Are they making music?
Does Gary Vee have a Wikipedia?
He probably does.
He probably
made it himself.
Gary Vee.
He probably made Wikipedia.
And he probably been promoting it on Instagram stories. Shout out to Gary Vee. That guy's a genius.
Yo, dead butt.
I try to keep it positive, so I'm not going to comment on Gary Vee. But,
I like it.
You get it.
Oompa,
Yes, sir.
your goal. We're giving up on M-Dot, by the way. I'm sorry, dude, if you're tuned in. I don't know what it is. He's getting some sort of, waiting thing, and there's no waiting. It goes right in. So there must be something wrong with the phones here. So it sucks.
Think about you,
It
dog.
sucks to happen to him because he preaches always be there. So, but shout out to M-Dot. We do love him. We're
Shout out
joking
to
a little
him.
bit, but we do. There are very few people who are more, communicative and who touch base and really pull up regardless of what the event is.
Yeah.
So he definitely would be here if he could. Oompa, your goal for yourself. This is kind of for the scene. You wanted to see people who have resources and are looking to invest in the arts to look closer at hip hop in Boston. Not just one person, but hip hop in general. The idea of more spaces for people to hone their craft. You talked about people jumping in, hitting walls, and not really knowing where to go. Versus on the poetry side, if you do slams, you're going to get better. But with hip hop, you might get that one chance on stage.
Yeah.
And if you're not tightened up yet, that could be it for you.
Yeah.
So,
You want me to check in about that goal?
yeah, how do you feel if you could give that a rating?
I think I started doing it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't seeing it, and I think I started to see that as a priority for me. And I started to look and see who was in the city and figure out who I like, what I like seeing. People who are hungry and I don't have a lot, right? I'm not saying I'm on top of nothing, but I can get into venues now that I couldn't get into last year. And there's no point in me doing the same shows over and over again. It's not providing value to the city. It's not providing value to music. So I started seeing some homies who are dope, who weren't getting looks that they wanted to get, or who were, but we're peers. So it's like, let's share that space. Or cats who are just young and hungry and want to hone their craft. And what better way to do that than opening for dope artists or being in front of people who've been doing this for years. And then not getting the feedback you want in the audience, and that's the feedback, and so, I started just trying to find different ways to partner with spaces to throw shows, or to, if somebody's looking for me to do this thing, I say, no, I can't do it, but you should reach out to this person, email them now, and I'm like, yo, follow up to the homie or whatever. So that's one part of it. And I think, the industry in Boston is interesting because I think hip hop is a little bit of everywhere now, but I think it's because, globally, hip hop just outdid every other genre in the world, and people would be remiss to miss out on what hip hop brings for them on a business level. And unfortunately, some of the business carries over way more than the spirit, and so we end up having a lot of culture missing, but a lot of hip hop at shows. So I think we got a lot of ways to grow, but I've definitely been seeing more hip hop in the city nonetheless. And hip hop artists being like, I'm taking my space. I know what you're doing, but I know what I'm doing too. And they're like, I'm here. So I think it's a little bit of everything happening in that way.
So what's that, like a B?
Beautiful.
Huh?
Like a B?
B for it happening, a C for how it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that.
That's my answer.
There has been, because you have seen more, but
Absolutely.
yeah, I definitely agree with the B and C side. Latrell, yours I don't think happened, but we can read it out loud. You wanted 2 more artists to break nationally, reach back and grab 2 more artists, who then reach back and grab 2 more artists.
I remember that.
And then specifically, you wanted more artists to figure out how to make money outside of Boston this year. I think that happened.
That did happen. That was beautiful. I mean, the first part, fail. I mean, I don't think... I mean, 2 breaking nationallys was an unrealistic expectation. Yeah. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that whoever's growing shouldn't be reaching back and contributing, even if you're on a national level. So, like, I think it happened on a more minute scale with, like, what Oomp's doing and others are doing. So, like, I think that did happen. Bakari puts together events, and he's reaching back and grabbing people. So, like, I think it's happening on a smaller scale. I just wish that it happened with more national artists. But the other half...
Yeah,
we on it.
Yeah,
we on it. We on it. So we out here making money for sure. Well, for sure, we getting some money.
I
everywhere.
see where your head's at this year.
Where? Money's not nothing to me, bro, man. That's
on your mind right now.
Nah, it's really not, bro. It's just at the end of the day, like, money's everything, but it's not. There's nothing at the same time.
Yeah,
like, the problem with the country is that we can't separate money from right from wrong. And once we learn how to separate that, we'll be fine. But it's a different story. We're not talking about the country today. We're talking about Boston hip-hop.
Yeah. I guess who broke net? Would you count? I guess Joyner broke last year. He was broken to us before that, but I mean, I think last year. Oh,
with the Eminem. I mean, this has been his breakout year in my eyes with the Eminem co-sign and all that. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, I would say
so. Half of
he's
2,
the biggest
bro.
thing from here at the end of the day. Like, when you
that's
on
bold.
No, that's not bold at all. When Eminem co-signed you are what you are.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, fair. Touche.
We'll see how he bounces back from this Tory thing, but
I don't even know about any of
the Tory Lanez beef.
Yeah,
is that real?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's fake real, right?
I don't know
yet.
All right, cool. I mean, that's not important.
No,
they get money.
No,
definitely. They get money.
They shouldn't be on my mind.
Shout out to Joyner. If you don't know who Joyner Lucas is, you can go on LFOD Radio and listen to our interview with him from way back.
Yeah, man.
Wow, it's been a good
back. He should come back.
He might. He could. All right, so those are last year's goals. MDOT, we can read it. He said he wanted the...
Yo, you really are.
You really are.
He said he wanted the older generation to merge more with the younger generation, coming out and co-signing trap and newer styles. He doesn't like the division between boom bap and trap.
Nah, that ain't changed.
He wants people to experiment, evolve, but not just copy radio.
That ain't changed.
So...
It ain't changed. Just truthfully, it didn't change.
Yeah.
No, that really didn't.
I mean, I get it. There's an age difference, then there's a culture difference, then there's a generation difference. There's a lot of differences.
I saw someone mad today about someone listening to Lil Baby and trying to say they should listen to Eric B. and Rakim, and I was like, why?
That's what I'm saying.
They're so lost.
Those are different languages, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
It's different times. The music has to sound different.
Yeah,
I'd be mad if it didn't.
Exactly.
Right. Where would we be if it didn't? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's not knocking anything.
No,
exactly.
Or the future or the present.
Yeah.
You know, you can't expect, it's a soundtrack to the times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
And we're going through way different things right now.
Yeah, and it's going to sound different 10 years from now.
Yep.
And we're going to be mad 10 years from now. Like, what?
No, I think this is going to be, like, considered a really good era for music. Like, this timestamp.
I mean, it has to be
10s.
So diverse and accessible.
Yeah. I think it's going to be, like, great.
Everyone has a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's possible for everybody, which is a good thing and a challenging thing, too, at the same time.
There's a lot of noise.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise.
You have to be patient and cut through it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or wait till people cut through it to find what you're doing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can find a tribe anywhere right now, so
yeah,
that's definitely big. And you can make an album on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you really can do whatever. Yeah. But so let's break into some new stuff, though. What would you think, for each of you, what is the theme for 2018?
18?
What do you think, looking back, what was the theme this year for you? Whoever's got it first.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. There's a lot to think about. It's loaded.
Yeah. I'd probably say the opposite of divide and conquer, like build and conquer.
Okay.
That's been it. Like I just seen, like people always say like Boston's like real cliquey, or the city's, I don't know, I can only speak for Boston. Like it's real cliquey in terms of music, and I think we reached across like cliques, like, so to speak. Like, I have my homies, I got the people I trust, you know, and it's very few, but like I have the people I trust and I confide in and that I care about, like on a deep level, like on how your mama doing level. And then, you know, I got the people who like I love and care about, like I want to see you do well, you know, but like we're not checking in with each other every day, and we're reaching across all of those different things to like get the common goal of like, let's be able to do this music. Let's find access to these institutions. How many people can we transition to full-time artists this year? You know, like, and I think that's been like a common goal for all of us. Like, what do you need? Oh, okay, you need space. Oh, okay, you need more shows. Oh, okay, you need advice. You need a manager. You need, you know, whatever. Right. And I think we've all kind of have like stepped up to the plate in this DIY kind of way. Like, and I think that's been the year. Like, I see so many names now that like, we're just like, I don't know. It's just like, it's really exciting to see these names. And I think it's because of the kind of mindset shift that I've seen happen a little bit over the last year.
All right.
Yeah.
Mine's is that, you know, that Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
Patience, bro. Patience. It's my whole theme for the year is patience. I mean, I'm 3 years without an album. I'm still here somehow, and still afloat, and people still think I'm doing something important. So, be patient. What am I rushing for? Time's man-made.
Oh, you meant theme. Oh, my bad.
No,
I'm
he
tripping.
answered it differently than I expected.
Oh, okay. I was like, all right. Got you.
I'm in a good headspace. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's great. I love it. You're like positivity. You're leaking positivity.
Was about Latrell James. If you didn't know.
Yo,
I ain't seen me.
do what
I've
you
been
gotta
working
do, bro.
out. I grew my hair out. Take care of myself now. Like what?
You hit that bid like what? Three days a week?
That's 5
That was my
days.
favorite
That's
snap, bro.
5 days a week.
What?
I hit the gym every day.
Nice.
5 days. I changed my whole life.
That's me in
lifestyle.
2019. Here's a goal.
I fell off the gym hard this year.
Really? It's not good, man. It's not good.
Jim fell on me.
I mean, it's not that bad. Like, don't shame yourself.
Yeah, what
for
are you
not
telling me?
going. I mean, like, but at the end of the day, like, you know,
I'm shame-free.
to be the best Sam.
Yeah, don't shame yourself.
Yeah.
You look
can be.
good.
I've been getting more massages, though.
Yo, those are important, yo.
So
Those are mad important.
Yes.
Yo, massages have you feeling like a million.
yeah.
Bro, acupuncture.
Mhm.
Have you tried that?
I've had it.
No,
Acupuncture.
I haven't done that
It's
yet.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working out
Hit the
mentally.
chiro too. Hit the chiropractor while you at it. You might as well just
Might
take
as
care of
well.
your whole body at that. I'm serious.
He's like, yo,
yo.
one thing at a time.
I have some good
Listen,
friends with back trouble, and I
take
never
care of
want
yourself,
that because it's
man.
bad.
It is bad.
You got one life, bro. Take care
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the gym tomorrow for you guys.
See, thank
Word.
you, bro.
You gotta
Yeah,
snap.
you gotta put it on.
Yeah, I was about to say put it on the
You
gram.
gotta go on the gram if you're laying on the
Mirror
do it.
selfie.
Exactly.
You just get the
Yeah.
logo.
The Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your skinny leg on.
Yeah, he definitely just get leg day too much.
All right,
Boy.
you guys are gonna get the private DMs with it.
Lit.
I don't use Snapchat.
Gonna make them public.
Nah, I'm not on Snapchat either. So
Yeah, no, they'll be public, but you guys are getting it too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just so you know.
Thank you.
I'll start with legs.
Trying to give the
I'll make
people
it
what they
super real.
Okay.
All right, you're doing your 30 minutes of cardio too, right?
No.
What?
Never ran, never will.
Well, I start my day 30 minutes cardio, then I do the workout, the lifting for 30, and then we get out of there. But we do an hour.
I don't have that much time. Like I'm.
Nah, in
cramming it
2018
in.
we don't.
We'll talk off it. This is not what they want to listen to.
All right, you're right.
That's why I
Let's
did that.
do
I'm
it.
like, all right, cool.
We'll talk later about the gym, but
Cool.
So, do you have a broader theme or just patience?
Not just patience.
Okay.
That's the key.
Okay, and I agree. It is Boston is crazy clicky, but the cool thing is once you know, and like people are sharing that information more. You know what I
But
mean?
what if you aren't in any of those things, bro? What if you just the guy that floats, or the person that floats?
But you still know, like, this is a thing for promoters. Like, for some reason, it's still mostly word of mouth, and you see who's going where. And what's, so you still have to know somebody who knows, you know? And that is the thing I would like to see change. But it's cool because now I'm seeing more people. I used to run into one or two people in multiple rooms. Now I'm seeing a lot of people in a lot of different rooms and things like that, which is what I like to see.
I agree.
And people definitely building and sticking it out, consistency.
Yeah.
I think we can see who is really about this and who was like, oh, I'm going to try this out, you know?
They gone.
Yeah, definitely.
They faded away quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So All right. I kind of want to do a little open forum. I prepared some questions, but I know you have things to get off your chest.
Not me, man. I'm happy.
I'm looking more at Oompa.
I'm chilling. I mostly.
It doesn't have to be negative off your chest,
Yeah.
but if you could, this is your forum. If you can talk to the world right now, what are you saying?
I mean, I don't really want to talk to the world. Just the Boston homies. Keep working. Stuff is way closer than you think. There's way more eyes on you than you think. Don't think that numbers mean everything. And go meet people. Stop thinking you can get everything done through an email.
Yeah.
I second that. And also want to say, like, I feel like so often we get caught up on, like, I know I was getting caught up on this, on like, oh, I hear they're talking trash about me. Oh, what if they don't like this? Oh, I didn't get this look. Oh, I feel like somebody stepped over me. Oh, and it's like, okay, that's true. Some of those things are true. People talk trash about you. Maybe you deserved a better look, or maybe da-da-da-da. And all of those things are true. And I think the thing is like, the city is not it. Like, if the city is your goal, then stay concerned about it. That's cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to know what your goal is. If your goal is the city, conquer the city. But for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, make music, and I want people in different countries to love my music. I want to be able to go different places, and people love and have been inspired by my music. So at the end of the day, like, this little thing in my hand is more powerful than that trash talk. Like, the way I build my brand or my business is more important than whether or not somebody gives me a show that I've already done this venue 6 times this year. Why do I need number 7? Why, and so I feel like I was really caught up on just like negativity, but I actually was talking to Latrell, and I was talking to Latrell's manager, and I was like, and they was just like, oh, yo, you got to be positive, and it changed how I saw everything. It sounds simple. It's just like simple, but it's like, no, like, you need to stay positive. Like, it's, you have a good life in front of you right now. Like, look at that. And since I've been looking at that, I'm just kind of like, wow, the world is a lot bigger than my, like, sadness. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. That's my biggest thing, is that it's possible, you just got to, like, think outside the box. Like, you can see all these different pictures and these posters, and I happen to be benefiting from being the face on one of those posters, like, a lot. And people are, whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's bigger than that. Like, if I put out the new album and my face is not all over the place again, I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing. It doesn't matter, So
Right.
it's good to get looks, but it's like, it's not it. If you love your art and you're making it from genuine places and you're trying to grow, it's possible. Period. That's where I am.
They can't hear Latrell's head nod.
I heard
they
it.
are heavy.
I'm just saying, like, what is there for me to really say in that situation? Like, that's exactly how I feel.
So, looking forward then, because we need to have goals for next year. Besides the Wikipedia pages, which are like a light goal, a passive goal. Please do not work towards that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It'll be cool if it pops up. It'll make all the amateur interviewers' jobs a little easier. So, what's your goal for next year for yourself?
I don't really have an overall goal. I have, like, a bunch of really attainable goals that I think is really possible. I don't really like to think of, like, oh, this is my dream. Like, I just like to think of things that I can actually do. And if I achieve those small goals, it would lead to the ultimate goal, which I don't really know what that is, because, like, I don't know. Do I want to be famous? I don't think I want to be famous. I think I just really want to just live off the art. And, like, that's where my happiness, like, resides at. So, like, I don't think about that stuff. I mean, the only thing I'm thinking about is how am I gonna just turn this into, the craft, and sharpen my craft, and how am I gonna turn this into, like, a livable income at the end of the day. It's really the mind state. Like, it's just, I don't know. I know people that got it and aren't happy. So, like, it's terrifying. So if I get it, am I gonna be happy? Like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm straight. I think that if we
need something you can give a letter grade to this time next year.
I mean, there's small goals. So, like, I can give somebody, like, one of my small goals. All right, cool. Like, I want to hit 1 million streams on Spotify.
Okay.
That's an attainable goal. So that's my goal. But like that's just a numbers thing. My
Right.
real goal is just happiness, yo.
I could give you a goal.
Go for it.
Last year, you told me you still hadn't taken your quote unquote biggest chance yet. You were waiting to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take it next year?
Ooh.
I mean, I've taken it already.
You took it.
Yeah.
Ooh, say more.
All right.
That's just the
Yeah,
truth.
you
No,
can't.
so what is it?
I mean, see, like, but see,
'Cause
like,
you had it.
the chances. I mean, like, I think what people are assuming is that it's something like physical. It's like it could be a mind state. For me, the chance I'm taking is like, yo, I'm really just betting all in on myself at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I believe, like, from the response I've gotten from the things, the small sample size that I got, I know, like, yo, you got something, just run with it. And I'm betting 100%, 200% on myself this year. That's my leap. That's literally the leap. And that started in the last, hasn't been a full month yet, so like 8 months. Yeah.
Yo, congratulations.
Thank you.
Those wings will sprout before you hit the ground.
I'm in a different place, man.
Yeah.
Like, this music stuff is like, I could be gone tomorrow, man.
Okay.
It's life, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
Definitely.
I'm sorry for the heavy talk, bro.
No, it's not heavy. That was good.
First of all, never apologize.
Yo, I'm just saying because, like, I don't know, man. Like, this music stuff is just it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that it's the music stuff, but then there's a life aspect to it too.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to figure out how to like exist with this music stuff. They're two separate things at the end of the day.
Balance is
and you're
crazy.
damn near two different people when you do them at the end of the day. So it's a lot, yo.
Yeah. Balance is so crucial.
And you're you're everywhere, bro.
Don't look to me for inspiration. I'm
You're
trying
good
to,
at it.
You're
I'm
doing
trying to
it.
figure out how to tie it
You
together
juggling, bro.
and get
You
that
juggling.
life part to
Yeah.
have a bigger sliver of the
Yeah.
pie.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I be forgetting to live sometimes. Definitely. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just hungry, yo. I'm just hungry. Like I at the end of the day, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I want to make good. I want to be in the conversation, like the conversation. Like when you say most growth, I want to be in that conversation. When you say, hardest working, I want to be in that conversation. When you say best, I want you to have a crack at what that might mean for me. Like I don't know what that means, but I want you to maybe mention me. So I'm just like. Everything I do is like, I don't know, like my friendships, I don't know, I gotta work on them, because all I see now is like this thing, and I know it's like mad close, and I'm just like, oh, if I get there, we all good. So just be patient, like ride with me a little bit longer, because when it happens, it's gonna happen. I don't even know, that doesn't answer the question, but I think like one of the things I was really happy about this year, and it's like small, and it matters, but whatever, is like, I told myself, if I could make more money than I did as a second year teacher, then I'll stay. Like, because I got to pay my bills. Like, I'm going to always make music, but I'll stay full time. And I did that this year. And I was like,
Congrats.
oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Big deal.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, all right, God, thank you. And also, what's next, So this year, I want to put out a new body of work, take it on tour, really just meet new people and go to different places. Yeah, I don't know. If I could get close to buying some property or something, like being here more permanently, I'll do that.
Okay.
Like I'll do that. And if I could bring the business to me so I don't have to leave the city, I'll do that.
It's gonna be tough.
Okay.
It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna try to do that this year. So I'm gonna try to bring. Like, it's not all about the business, but at the end of the day, you gotta sustain yourself, know.
Right.
So if I can bring the business to me, so I don't have to go to LA or New York or whatever, like I want, like, that's the goal for me.
Word.
Yeah.
You got my number, so.
Yo, word.
All I want is for my friends to not have to worry about this money piece of the puzzle,
It's not real anyway.
Ugh,
Right, but it dictates so much of what,
so much.
it would be great to how much great art have we missed out on?
Yeah.
Because people haven't been able to square that away.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
And you're real smart, Latrell, too, because, like, you produce, you're an artist, like, you study, And like you gave yourself resources, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can make an album tomorrow and put that out. And that's resourceful. And I know, but it takes so much more to get that album to where you want it to go. But you could, and like
I could.
that's crazy.
But I also like, I don't know. I just take pride in paying my homies too. So
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, I might not even put out an album that I got mixed, mastered, and paid people for beats for, but like, I don't know, I just take pride in that stuff. Like,
for sure.
When you're able to put some money in your friend's pocket, or we make, like, when Billy Loman get money from, like, something from OK, it's like, yo, that's dope
that's
to me.
Lit.
Because, like, I could put money in his pocket. Like, we got something done with Isotope where I was able to put money in his pocket.
Yeah.
Like, from a record that we just came up with in a room. Like, that stuff is the coolest stuff in the world to me. That's what, like, when I talk about money, it ain't got to be $100,000. It could just be $250 that you split with the homie when y'all made this record, just smoking a little tree. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just the happy moments to me, man. Like, I'll never forget that stuff. Only award I want, by the way, at the BMAs, which is cool, is that one, because it just means so much to me, because it takes more than one person to actually make a record happen. So.
Yeah.
Or the live artist one, because it takes more than one person to be a live artist too.
Yeah.
So, you know how I go. You know how I go.
Shout out Loman, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His Calculator beats.
My God.
You haven't seen how he's making beats right now.
Yeah, he's
Get
on the
on
KO, man.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
It's legit a TI-83. And
He ain't write boob.
no,
You can write boob with it.
Oh, man.
really, go watch one of his stories or something.
Nah, he's crazy.
We have, man, the production out here is just insane, right?
Amazing. It's way better than the rap in my eyes, but that's
It's
a different
crazy.
story. We'll talk about that off
Yeah.
air.
It's crazy.
We'll talk about that off
Shout out
air.
Nightworks 1 year anniversary Saturday night.
Golly, man.
Yo, shout out Foisey one time, because that was insane. Brain Orchestra, Razan, Rael, Samo on the visuals. Like that. Kadeem, the
Great.
host with the most. And I gotta stop saying that. And just everyone in the building, because the production out here. Someone said,
we seen it already. Don't do it.
Wait,
Don't do
what?
it. Don't
yeah,
do
we
it.
talked about it on the industry one last week.
Oh, okay,
but,
okay.
Yeah, there's.
Someone said. Someone said.
All right,
Oh, I thought this was an actual thing that
Nah,
somebody
it's a
said.
real
No,
situation.
someone
Someone
said-
really said something
Yeah,
stupid.
just really look around you, because that's the biggest thing for artists. Just please look around, because, and like Latrell said, you can do a lot by meeting people.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Maron for teaching me that. lesson.
Yo,
Likewise.
Mark Maron, man.
You didn't show up.
If
at
you're
church,
not performing
you're
at
not
church, if you
a
don't meet Mark
single
Maron
bill.
himself,
Period.
you're like, it's what it is.
He's gonna delete
Branded
every
authentic.
email you send him. I don't know if he deleted
If he
them. I always
answers.
pictured his inbox
It's
as
just,
this giant unread thing.
Nope,
and then
nope.
Maybe he selected all and deleted a page by page.
Crazy.
But all right, what do you guys think overall, though? Like, what are the biggest hurdles facing this next year?
I don't know.
I want my homies to quit their jobs. I want them to be able to quit the jobs they hate so they could do what they love. And whether that means teaming up with other people to do it or doing it on their own, I want that. But I think the roadblock, honestly, for me has been, and like the homies I be talking to, is like capital. Like, you got all these people that own mad businesses. You got these people that, you know, can provide grants. You got these people that can cut checks, and they do it selectively when it like benefits them in the short term. And I'm just like, come on, where's my rich white uncle when I need him? Like, cut me a check so I can make this album, the greatest product that I can make, or the art that I want to make, and I promise you it'll pay you off. Like, if we're just thinking about business, it'll, like, in the long run, just like I just need the ability to create, and like, you know, like, and not have to just be like, okay, cool, like, I got the first 6 months on lock, second 6 months, I don't know, gotta figure that out, you know. Like, I don't nobody wants to live like that, and it's a privilege to even have this conversation, so I recognize that. But I just really just like, I'm just like, man, somebody cut a check for me, I will pay you back, yo. Eventually, like I be telling Sally Mae, man, I'll pay you back, lady.
Hey, you back, Wanda.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
my
It's
new
one
goal
hurdle.
is to become your rich white uncle.
Thank you,
Hey,
please.
shout out to him.
I'm working on something like that, but Latrell, what do you see as a hurdle?
I'm trying to figure out how this comes out like in a clean way. Not even like offensive. Nah, so all right, cool. So like, no, I'm trying to just think it through before I say it. So like, I think like the biggest hurdle is like, firstly, Massachusetts doesn't really even care about the art scene.
You don't think so?
Nah, because we're not, like, you can go check the stats. We're not even close to the top 10 funded in any of these cities, bro. New York City invests a lot of money into the art scene, and then the problem that occurs is that Massachusetts wants to act like they care about the art scene. So when you act like you care about the art scene, you actually start raping the pockets of the artists that are actually trying to build the art scene. So now you're paying us artists less money because the city doesn't want to give you more money to pay us. So all of us start getting this trickle-down effect where at the end of the day, it's almost impossible for us as artists to live as an artist. So we have to be an artist and then go work 3 jobs.
Shout out to MDOT.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the biggest hurdle. Like, how do we need to talk about what's going on. Like, don't have us do festivals, don't have us do shows if you can't pay us what we're worth in our time. And on time. And
yeah,
it's just crazy. At the end of the day, that's the biggest issue. Is the city really doesn't prioritize art. So like, how are we gonna profit off of it here? Like, that's what people are getting the issue is, oh, we gotta leave. Yeah, we leave because
somebody else is gonna pay.
Right.
Somebody else is paying us in New York double what you trying to pay me here, and you want me to fill out the venue. You want me to do Instagram promo. You want me to do this.
Right.
And you paying me $500, and you want a band, and you want us for an hour. That don't make no sense.
And 3 other people that you don't see still got to get paid.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem with what's here, and like that's the biggest hurdle. I don't know if it's for me, because like at the end of the day, I'm still gonna do what I do, but I think like I'm trying to figure out how to close that gap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that gap needs to be closed.
Mm-hmm.
There's mad grants out here, but like nobody's out here promoting them. But Oompa, low key, like.
Well, that's what I'm saying is you do see more.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, did you see the Create Well? Yo, it's 5,000, dog.
I swear they need to cut you a check low key,
Man, I be
but that's
trying
a
to
different story.
Yeah.
I be getting like 3% of them, but
I hope you get all of that.
Appreciate you.
They owe you. A lot of people owe you, but it's different.
I think they're making more effort. I'll give that.
Definitely.
But you're right. There's a long way to go. And
Shout out
a lot
Boston
of people,
Foundation.
Yeah, there's a long way to go everywhere. Well, and the grant thing's tricky too, because then you have, the institutions that thrive off grants who then their whole goal is just to write grants, and then you can only support artists that look good for the grants, and then it's there's many pieces of this particular begging for money puzzle.
Can I say one more thing about that? Real quick. Just like I was thinking about like that, like who looks good for the grant? You know what I mean? And I just encourage people, if you're in a position to give artists money, to hire artists, to get them on, like, I think checking your respectability politics is important. Because I think a lot of rappers who, like my street dudes have just as much to say, to teach, and that's valuable, as a scholar. So it's just like, and they have just as much hustle, ambition, and business, mindset as the next person. So it's like trap rap, whoever. Like, I think there's value to be added everywhere, and I think people who are in positions need to like.
Yeah, if you're booking hip hop and you're leaving the street out of it,
it's weirdo stuff.
It's weird.
That's who this is for. Like, this is where it comes from.
Yep.
It's supposed to be
here,
accessible to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like that goes for any sort of exclusionary practices with hip hop.
Right.
That's a bigger conversation as well. Like,
I'll come back next week.
Yeah. Well, when you get even the way you judge it, and like, oh, this sounds that way, or this sounds that way.
Yeah.
But it's so they have a voice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's why I don't get into rating things on technicality and can they chop, can they do this? Like,
if you like it or if you don't.
Right.
If you can speak and it gives you a way to tell your story, then
cool.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel it, I like it. That's it.
If it's not for me, it's not for me. It is what it is.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much one more time for coming through, because this is, like you said, you don't know how many people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest challenges is because there's not necessarily clear paths and clear industry and clear you do this, and that.
Mm-hmm.
In New England, the more we share, the more it helps everyone, because everyone is kind of blindly moving around right now.
Yeah.
And you only figure out where stuff is by stepping on toes or walking into things and stuff like that. So the more you can shine lights, it's good for everybody, because, the more lights we got, the better we are. So thank you. And best of luck to both of y'all tomorrow night.
Thank you.
I think you're even competing in a few categories.
I hope the best for everybody.
Competing with, yeah.
So
I'm not really competing with the homies, though.
Yeah.
I know what
Not
you
against, yeah.
mean, but it's good to see that many names that I know.
Yes, yeah, that's a good look.
So good luck to that. This will be out.
They nominate you this year? They didn't do that? Say less.
Next year.
We need all new. Well,
That's an issue.
They're supposed to be coming on here to talk with me soon, so we'll be talking about
I'm
that.
just saying.
Yeah. This will be live on iTunes, Spotify, LFODradio.com, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere you can get a podcast on Thursday. If you subscribe now, though, you can get it right away. That's like sometime Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Just LFOD Radio on everything. We're at LFOD Radio _ on Twitter. Hashtag State of NEHH, and it's at Latrell James, at I am Latrell James, at Oompa Out Loud. And if you're an artist and you have clean records, submissions at LFODradio.com. We will be back next week.